Dear students, let us begin with the second part of the lesson on India and BCIM, in which we will discuss about the opportunities like investments in physical infrastructure, the Stillwell Road, energy resources and infrastructure. Let us discuss about opportunities. The BCIM presents a set of opportunities for all four members that could help address the concerns that are commonly present for all of them. Primary among the concerns are the following. Let us discuss about investments in physical infrastructure. Each of the four members has huge deficits in their physical infrastructure. The Tibet Autonomous Region, Uyghur territories and Yunnan have huge differences in education, health and infrastructure developments as compared to Han China. These regions are also affected by internal security challenges, inviting perceived repressions which have negatively affected China's image as a responsible sovereign. Connectivity and communication in these regions, particularly in Yunnan, therefore have huge benefits for China, boosting its economic production as well as exports through land corridors. With its ambitious BRI, China is building road and rail networks across Central Asia that could further be connected with its mainland over Southern Asian networks. Myanmar's northern territories have been a source of concern over the Karen territories. There is a poor connectivity in the region. Connectivity from India, Bangladesh and northern Myanmar has the potential to bring in development across the region that could further the process of peaceful integration of the troubled region into the mainstream. With a huge potential for export of garments, forest and agricultural products into China, India and Bangladesh, Myanmar could give to private sector development, generating employment and wealth generation. Connecting the physical infrastructure to the Irrawaddy river system will also give the northern territories easier access to the port of Mandalay. Bangladesh has shown remarkable turnaround in its social infrastructure. However, the country's access to two economic powerhouses in the region, India and China, could enhance its exports. The flow of investments could be suitably directed to address its concerns over physical, social and health infrastructure. Blessed with the major port of Chittagong and others at Khulna, Chalna and Mongla, Bangladesh could provide port access to the entire northeast of India, northern Myanmar and Yunnan. The sea trade could invite port area development combined with hinterland development programs that could nearly cover the whole country through infrastructure networks. India has huge potential and resources in its northeast areas. For long, this region had languished mainly on account of its restricted or even lack of access to its own mainland. The lookist policy that the government of India envisioned in 2010 and further development by building the India-Myanmar Friendship Highway, a 160 kilometer stretch that connects Moreh in Manipur and Tamo in northern Myanmar, set the tone for cooperation in the region. India eventually plans to link the road with Thailand, bringing its presence to the very door of ASEAN. The heartlands of northern India, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, along with the northeast regions of India, will become corridors of growth when connectivity in this region increases. This would address the issue of regional imbalances which remain a challenge to India. Let us discuss about Stillwell Road. The 1736 kilometer of Stillwell Road was built during World War II from Ledo in Assam to Kunming. Roughly 61 kilometers runs through India, 1035 kilometers through Myanmar and 640 kilometers through China. 60 years on, the region's access to the sea is about 1,600 kilometers away overland via poor road and rail network and through the narrow Siliguri corridor to Kolkata port. Goods from India's northeast headed for China or Southeast Asian countries are at present shipped via Kolkata through the Strait of Malacca. It takes 7 days for cargo to move by road from the northeast to Kolkata, then around 3 to 4 weeks to move by sea to China. Cargo from the northeast transported along the Stilwell Road could reach Yunnan in less than 2 days. Let us discuss about investments in energy resources. India's northeast, the northern territories of Myanmar and Yunnan in China have huge hydroelectric resources. The region is home to some of the mightiest rivers in southern Asia, which present immense opportunities. The growing economies and the anticipated investments in socio-physical infrastructure would demand huge energy resources that could be met by mutual cooperation and energy export. India and China in particular have huge needs for petroleum and natural gas resources that they import from elsewhere. Myanmar, positioned strategically between these two neighbors, has courted their attention in the last decade, partly owing to its vast oil and gas resources. On one hand, India has kept inching up its relations with Myanmar through its Lookist policy and built IFPGW as a symbol of increasing harmony between the two countries. On the other hand, China launched its Look West policy to connect with its energy-rich neighbors in Central Asia as well as Myanmar. By 2007, about 1,500 kilometers of highway and 1,300 kilometers of railway leading to bordering countries were added in Yunnan. Moving westward, China has made headway in strengthening its connectivity to Myanmar with the Kyaukphyu and Kunming railway and highway linked together with the Myanmar-China crude oil and natural gas pipelines. The transportation links will continue to be a crucial part of the ASEAN free trade area bridging East and West Asia. With a proven natural gas reserve worth about $75 billion and petroleum reserves of 50 million barrels, the petro-energy sector is perceived to be a key to the economy of Myanmar. Let us discuss about investments in infrastructure. A study into South Asia's economic growth and role of infrastructure revealed that the gross domestic capital formation, labor force, international trade and human capital have a positive impact on economic growth. The World Bank estimated that South Asia needs to spend $2.5 trillion to meet the demands of its growing population, specifically to address the issue of poverty alleviation. A substantial portion of this requirement is for social infrastructure that communities need. Health services, sanitation, access to drinking water, electricity, other community services. With reference to Myanmar, the Asian Development Bank noted that underdeveloped human capital severely constrains Myanmar's development. Substantial weaknesses in the education system and resulting skills deficits limit the ability of large segments of the population to fully participate in and benefit from economic growth. Apart from investments in education and vocational training, the Asian Development Bank estimated $120 billion infrastructure investment during 2017 to 2030 for the transport, energy and telecommunication sectors. It is likely larger if urban infrastructure is included. The aforementioned survey reveals wide gaps in infrastructure requirements that could be filled by economic cooperation among BCIM members. China and India, being the largest economies, have tremendous potential to step into address mutual concerns. I hope you understood about the opportunities like investments in physical infrastructure, the still well road, energy resources and infrastructure. We will discuss about trade and challenges in BCIM in the next video. Thank you.